Let us consider few by-name reaction of phenol. The first one is the Riemann-Tiemann reaction. This reaction involves treatment of phenol with chloroform in the presence of aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide at 340 Kelvin, which is followed by hydrolysis, and it will result two products. The first one is the 2-hydroxybenzyaldehyde, which is also called salicylic aldehyde, and another is the para-hydroxybenzyaldehyde. So let us consider this reaction. So in this case, phenol that is treated with chloroform in the presence of aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide at 340 Kelvin, which is the first step. Then second step is the hydrolysis. It will give salicylic aldehyde, which is the major product, and with a small amount of para-hydroxybenzyaldehyde, which is the minor product. In this reaction, the ortho product is predominant, and it is due to the greater stability of this ortho product due to the formation of intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So this intramolecular hydrogen bonding, it will get formed between the oxygen of the aldehyde group and hydrogen of the phenolic group. So due to this stabilization, the ortho product that will get formed in the larger quantity. Further, the ortho isomer is separated from the para isomer by steam distillation. As we can already stated that in this reaction the ortho isomer predominate, but if one of the ortho position is occupied, then the aldehyde group, it will prefer to go with para position. So let us consider the example. In this case, this reactant, it is called uracil, in which ortho position that is occupied by the methoxy group, and it will treated with chloroform under the similar condition. So in this case, the aldehyde group will prefer the para position instead of the ortho position. So in this case, vanillin will get formed. In case the para position is occupied, then the major product is the ortho isomer along with a small amount of cyclohexadione will also obtain. So in this case, the phenol in which para position, which is occupied by the methyl group, it will undergo Riemann-Tiemann reaction. So first of all, this intermediate product will get formed along with this 4-dichloromethyl 4-methyl cyclohexa 2,5-diene-1-on, which is the minor product, and this intermediate product, it will further hydrolyzed and it will give 2-hydroxy 5-methyl benzaldehyde, which is the major product. So in this product, the aldehyde group will prefer ortho position. So these are the examples of Riemann-Tiemann reaction. If instead of chloroform, if we can use carbon tetrachloride, then instead of salicylic aldehyde, the salicylic acid will obtain as a major product along with a small amount of para-hydroxy benzoic acid. So in this case, phenol is treated with carbon tetrachloride instead of chloroform, and rest of the reaction condition that will similar, and it will give salicylic acid, which is the major product and it is a ortho product, and para-hydroxybenzoic acid, which is the para product in minor quantity. So let us consider the mechanism of this Riemann-Tiemann reaction. It is the example of the electrophilic reaction, substitution reaction. So in first step, the base, it will abstract a proton from the chloroform and it will give this intermediate that will having a negative charge on the carbon. Then finally it will lose one chloride ions to give dichlorocarbene, which is an electrophile. So this carbene, it will act as a reactive species in this case, and it is electron deficient, having only 6 electrons. So in order to complete its octet, it can react with electron rich species. So in this case, the first step is the first step and the second step, that is the slow step. So the formation of the carbene, that will play a major role in this case. Then in the next step, the phenoxide ions will react with carbene. In this case, lone pair, it will take part in the pi bond formation between oxygen and carbon of the ring, and this pi bond, it will shift toward this side. So this carbon acquired negative charge having 2 lone pair of electron. So this carbon will attack on this electron rich center. So this intermediate will get formed and carbon will having lone pair of electron with negative charge. In the next step, this proton, it is added to this negative carbon, and the electron of this carbon and hydrogen, it will take part in the pi bond formations. So in the next step, this intermediate will get formed. In the next step, the hydroxy group, that will be added to this intermediate. So this hydroxy group, that will get attached with this carbon and it will lose chloride ions. So this intermediate will get formed. Now again, the another molecule of OH minus from sodium hydroxide, it will abstract this proton and the electron of oxygen and hydrogen, that will get to form pi bond between carbon and oxygen, and it will lose this chloride ions. So this intermediate will get formed and it is hydrolyzed to get the final product, that is salicylaldehyde. So it is the mechanism for the formation of salicylaldehyde in case of Riemann-Tiemann reactions. So let us consider next by name reaction. It is called Gattermann aldehyde synthesis or Gattermann formylation. This reaction is useful for the preparation of phenolic aldehyde. It involves treatment of the phenol with mixture of hydrogen cyanide and hydrogen chloride in the presence of anhydrous aluminium chloride to form the corresponding aldimine hydrochloride, which upon boiling with water undergo hydrolysis to give the corresponding phenolic aldehyde. So let us consider it. Phenol that is treated with hydrogen cyanide and hydrogen chloride in the presence of anhydrous aluminium chloride. So first of all, this aldimine hydrochloride, which is the intermediate product, will get formed, and then it is boiled or hydrolyzed to give corresponding para hydroxy benzylaldehyde. So in this case, the aldehyde group that will goes with para position with respect to the hydroxy group, and if this position is blocked, then it will goes to ortho positions. So let us consider the mechanism of Gattermann aldehyde synthesis. So in first step, hydrogen cyanide, it will react with hydrogen chloride. In this case, chlorine is more electronegative than hydrogen, so it will acquire negative charge and hydrogen will acquire positive charge. So the nitrogen that will having the lone pair of electron and it will get attack on the hydrogen. So first of all, this intermediate will get formed having positive charge on the nitrogen. So in the next step, this pi bond, it will shift it over nitrogen. Carbon acquired positive charge and chloride ion that will get attached with the carbon. So this intermediate will get formed. Now in the next step, this intermediate, it will react with aluminium trichloride. Now it will lose this chloride ions, and this chloride ion, it will get attached with the aluminium trichloride. So this intermediate will get formed along with this formaldehyde ion, and this formaldehyde ion, it is stabilized by the resonance. So it is the structure number 1. Now this lone pair, it will take part in the pi bond formation. Now carbon and nitrogen having triple bond and positive charge that will appear on the nitrogen. So this formaldehyde ion, it will take part in the reactions. So let us consider the next step. The phenol, it is treated with anhydrous aluminium trichloride. It will lose 1 mole of hydrogen chloride, and this intermediate compound will get formed, which will having bonding between oxygen and aluminium. In the next step, this pi bond, it will shift toward this side, and this pi bond, it will shift toward this side, and this formaldehyde ion will get attack on the para position. This bond can get break out, and electron of the oxygen and aluminium bond that will take part in the pi bond formation between oxygen and carbon of the ring. So this intermediate compound will get formed. Now this carbon and hydrogen bond will get break out, and the electron of this hydrogen and carbon bond, it will take part in the pi bond formation, and this pi bond, it will shift toward this side, and this pi bond, it will go back, and proton that will get attached with the oxygen. So this intermediate aldimine will get formed. In the next step, a proton that is added to this aldimine and it will give another intermediate having positive charge on the nitrogen. Now this pi bond, it will shift toward this nitrogen. Now the nitrogen having lone pair of electron and positive charge that will appear on the carbons. So in the next step, a water molecule that is added to this positive carbon and it will give this intermediate having positive charge on the oxygen. Now in the next step, this hydrogen and oxygen bond will get broken out and electron of hydrogen and oxygen that will shift toward oxygen, and this proton, it will get attached with the nitrogen. So nitrogen having positive charge and this intermediate will get formed. Now in the next step, this lone pair, it will take part in the pi bond formation between oxygen and carbon, and simultaneously it will lose 1 mole of ammonia. So this intermediate will get formed having positive charge on the oxygen and double bond between carbon and oxygen. Then finally it will lose 1 protons and the electron of oxygen and hydrogen, it will take part or shifted toward oxygen. So finally para-hydroxy benzaldehyde will get formed. So it is the mechanism of the Gattermann aldehyde synthesis. Next is the Gattermann-Koch aldehyde synthesis. In this reaction, carbon monoxide is used instead of hydrogen cyanide. So in this case, a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen chloride gas is passed through a solution of benzene or toluene in the presence of nitrobenzene at 323 Kelvin in the presence of catalyst, which will consist of anhydrous aluminum trichloride and a small amount of copper chloride. So let us consider the reaction. In this case, benzene that is treated with carbon monoxide and hydrochloride. So in this case, benzaldehyde will get formed. Then toluene is treated with carbon monoxide and hydrogen chloride gas. Under the similar reaction condition, it will give para-tolualdehydes. So it is the Gattermann-Koch aldehyde synthesis. Then consider its mechanism. So first of all, carbon monoxide and hydrochloric acid in the presence of this copper chloride, it will form a complex. Then this complex, it will lose this chloride ion to aluminium trichloride to give this formyl carbocations. So it is stabilized by resonance. So it is the structure number 1. Then this lone pair, it will take part in the pi bond formation. And now carbon and oxygen having triple bond and positive charge that comes on the oxygen. It is the structure number 2. So it is formyl cation. So in the next step, this pi bond, it will shift it toward this carbon. Now this carbon acquired partial negative charge, and this formyl ion, it will get attack on this carbon, and finally it will give benzaldehyde. So it is the mechanism of Gattermann Koch aldehyde synthesis. So let us consider next reaction. It is called Hoven-Hoche reaction. It is an extension of Gattermann-Formyl reaction and involves acylation of highly reactive polyhydric phenol having hydroxyl group in the meta position with respect to each other. This reaction is carried out by passing dry hydrochloric gas through a cold ethereal solution of a reactive phenol and alkyl cyanide in the presence of anhydrous zinc chloride or aluminium trichloride. First of all, catamine hydrochloride will get precipitate out, and upon hydrolysis with boiling water, it will give corresponding polyhydroxy ketones. So let us consider the reaction. So in this case, this trisubstituted fluoroglucinol is treated with acetonitrile in the presence of hydrochloric acid, and first of all this ketamine will get formed. Then this ketamine, it will get boiled off with water, and finally it will get converted into fluoroacetophenone, which is polyhydroxy ketones. So let us consider the mechanism of this reaction. In the first step, acetonitrile, it will get react with hydrochloric acid. Now nitrogen, it is more electronegative, so this pi bond, it will shift it toward this side. Now it is the negative end and this one is the positive end. Hydrogen is less electronegative as comparison to chlorine, so chlorine having negative charge, hydrogen having positive charge. So this chloride ion, it will get attached to the carbon that will having the positive charge. So first of all, this intermediate will get formed. Now this intermediate will lose this chloride ion to aluminium trichloride, and it will give this intermediate species which will take part in the reactions. So in the next step, fluoroglycol, that will attack by this intermediate species. So this pi bond, it will shift it toward this side, and this carbon having positive charge get attached to this carbon. So first of all, this intermediate will get formed, then it will lose this proton, and the electron of this hydrogen and carbon, it will take part in the pi bond formation. So this intermediate ketamine hydrochloride will get first formed. In the next step, the hydrolysis will take place. Now this bond can get break out, and this nitrogen NH, it will get replaced by oxygen, so that finally fluoroacetophenone will get formed. So it is the mechanism of the Hoven-Hoche reactions. Then last reaction is Schotten-Baumann reaction. Unlike acetyl chloride, benzoyl chloride cannot be easily hydrolyzed by alkali. Therefore, benzoylation of phenol is usually carried out in the presence of sodium hydroxide. So let us consider the example of this reaction. In this case, phenol that is treated with benzoyl chloride in the presence of sodium hydroxide, and it will give phenyl benzoate. This reaction of phenol with benzoyl chloride in the presence of sodium hydroxide is called Schotten-Baumann reaction. So it is all about the by name reaction of the phenols.